stand. Often when people use voodoo dolls too, Ouija boards, and then I'll get it aligned right. So that's what we've got to do today and catch up on that. But I don't know if I was just being not academically gifted in that department. Pendulum, where are you? Pendulum? Pendulum, pendulum, pendulum. I'm not ashamed to say I am a girl in my 40s and I absolutely love K-drama, C-drama, J-drama. I wanted to produce a pendulum stand, and you can walk down this path, and in the path it's like arched like this to fit. So this is a whole pointless segment, so look how does this. It's a little bit beautiful. Look at that. We did it, and it can go on a stand. So we've been able to complete the pendulum stand. Good morning everyone, how are you? How are we? Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. If you're new here, I'm Victoria and I run 2 online Etsy shops from this little studio here. Put it all together in some sort of fashion to show you some behind the scenes of what it's like to run 2 shops from this small studio here. On one side is my sewing shop, all things sewing you'll find on there. That's called Scrunchies and Bows. And on the other side is my witchy shop, all things witchy you'll find on there, and that is Kack-A-Ling Sisters. So for today, let's get into it. What an absolute doozy this has been. I have literally prided myself for almost a year now on posting consistently every single week, and I get close to finishing 2 projects that I've been working on. You kind of was brought with me a little bit on one of them, and get to, like, while one was still complete, like while I was trying to finish one in the machine I was editing, and it was so redundant. I'll leave some of the footage here of kind of how bad it was, so I'll leave that, a little bit of the footage in here, and you'll be able to hear it. It's called Scrunch Design. I couldn't even edit it out. You can slow it down enough to see where the shutter noise was, but it was getting to the point where I was doing more voiceovers, so I was trying to match my words with voiceovers. It was just ridiculous. Anyway, that was just one day of it, and I was able to salvage quite some of it. So what I'll do is I'll pop that all in a bit further down the line, but I may as well talk to you and explain to you what we were doing and what all that was about. So a while ago I started designing a Ouija board, but nothing was feeling right, nothing was sitting right with me, and I really wanted it to be very me and just very me. And I figured, you know what, Victoria, you have a voodoo collection that will work on your Ouija board, so let's try that. So I spent some time at the weekend previous designing a Ouija board, and I had, so one of the main features at the top of, well, obviously the main features is the alphabet, but at the top of Ouija board is yes, no, sun, moon. I have a voodoo tarot card collection, and I have a voodoo sun, voodoo moon. So I was like, right, let's add that in. So I added that in, but they were just floating at the top, and I love the blossoms, sakura blossoms, apple tree blossoms, cherry blossoms. I love blossom trees, absolutely love all blossoms. So I figured, instead of just having my sun voodoo doll and my moon voodoo doll floating randomly at the top, I'm going to make it so that they're in like an arch. Now, I'm not ashamed to say I am a girl in my 40s and I absolutely love C-drama, K-drama, J-drama, and for anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's Korean TV or Korean romance. It's Korean TV, Japanese TV or Chinese TV, and a lot of it is like, I was gonna say like Gilmore Girls, but it's not. It's a lot of it's romance, and a lot of it's a bit kick butt, like a woman will like win in the end and things like that. Anyway, often in these, especially in the K-dramas, the Korean dramas, they have this scene, it must be in Seoul, and you can walk down this path, and in the path it's like arched like this with blossom trees, and it's always in every drama. It's without fail. It doesn't matter if they're in Seoul or on the outskirts of Korea. I absolutely love that, hence why my mouse has them on, my mouse mat has them on, my little person has them on. Getting to the point, I'm getting there. I figured, let me bring you in. I've got my hotties today. It's a hot water bowl day. So we have yes and surrounded by the blossoms, no and moon surrounded by the blossoms. It's off. It's off a little bit. We're not going to worry about that right now. Anyway, I wanted to make sure I could add the border around so it was cohesive and it looked like it was something, but I also wanted it to be quite a nice bit of artwork. So I wanted it to be a bit of artwork, and then it can go in the stand. Often when people use voodoo dolls too, Ouija boards, they'll finish and put it away and in a dark place. This, as long as you say goodbye, I wanted it so it could be like a bit of a artwork too. So it's produced. I've managed to finish that, and I've managed to get through, and I have the 3mm wood come through now. So I'm going to try it on the thicker wood and see, because this is 1.6mm and it's really uber thin, and I can snap it and then I'll get it aligned right. So that's what we've got to do today and catch up on that. But this was what was the important bit. So I wanted to produce a pendulum stand so that you don't have to hold it. And in doing that, so my first try was, it was a half moon. So I didn't want it to be a half moon, but you have to kind of make it so it's curved. And the same blossom that I designed on here, I then put on here, because I kind of wanted it to be cohesive and match. So I designed it and I made it and had an anchor, so a foot here, and then I was trying to figure out how to get it to stand and make a stand so it would stand freestanding. That was a nightmare, let me tell you. You have to learn a whole new process, and it's all to do with a thing called finger joints and knowing your millimeters and knowing your curve, and a whole thing for laser printing that I just was not prepared for. So I was able to do the design and I still wasn't prepared for it. So I was like, husband! So my John, he come and he's very academically gifted, and he was able to look at it, but we had to learn a whole new program. It's called Inkscape. Let me see. It's a whole new program called Inkscape. So we had to learn that. And that was, I could do pretty much everything on my X-Tool design space, but I don't know if I was just being not academically gifted in that department. But you needed to be able to design it, and then you needed to be able to turn it into a thing called a vector file. And a vector file is the cut lines of what you want cutting, but then I also wanted it to have a design to it as well. So it needed to basically be two different files, and I was having a nightmare. But also I needed to see how everything was put together. So while I was waiting for the 3mm to come through wood, I was using the 1.6 because I can break that down and use it for other things after I've finished. So I started with this, and the bottom was just a complete failure. As you can see, it's snapped off. It wasn't holding anything. So I went from that to this one. It was this one. So I went from that to this one. So That's it, and it's got the tiny thing in. And then I wanted this to go in. This is a different one, but I wanted one like this to go in, and it will create a cross, but it will enable it to stand up. Now I did this, so it got to the point of where it could just then at this point stand, and I was like, right, brilliant. Well, let me get the proper thing in. I think it was this one. Yeah, so it could stand. I was like, brilliant. We need the plaque. So the plaque, and the plaque wouldn't fit on, so you can see it overhangs, which meant I needed to redesign this bit here, and I needed to pull this bit in a bit more and make this thinner in order for this plaque to sit on neatly and in the middle. So that took about half a day of back and forth on Procreate, on Inkscape, and then on Design Space to get that right. That then led me to my next one, which was this one. So if you can see my first go and then my second go, made it a bit wider, and then I actually popped a hole in for the pendulum to stand on. I was finally getting somewhere. So let me get this one. I was like, brilliant. So popped it in, seemed to work fine. This will stand, it's because it's only 1.6 mils. And then I got a pendulum. This is not my pendulum, but it's a pendulum that I sell. Let me pop on a bit of weight. And then the pendulum that I made, and the pendulum hangs on nicely. And I was like, brilliant, I'm getting somewhere. Oh, how little did I know. I want it to be flat packed. I want it to be able to go in the post like so, like this, and be sent, and then you take it home and not need glue, and then you put it up. So the next stage was, okay, that we had to obviously make the holes for it to slide in. So that was that stage. And then I needed this plaque to then have these cutouts so that it can connect into where I needed it. So then, there's a lot of back and forth. So then we was able to produce this one. And I don't know if you can see. So this one, it then had the feet. And then the plaque had the holes, so that when it was in, the feet was in. So they have, yeah, so it has the feet, the plaque has the feet, and then it would click into place. It would click into place like so and be one piece. Brilliant. That wasn't brilliant, but I finally found my design. Brilliant. And then I was rushing to get this done so that when the 3 mil come, I could just crack on. I then designed what I wanted the internal plaque to look like. So this is my design space, and this is where I'm up to for my little plaque. So it looks big, but this is where I'm at. And then when we do this, I'm going to put it in. I just don't know how I feel about this writing. So these circles, they're not staying. Can you see? Yeah, there's circles here, but they're not staying right now. This like internal one is literally just so I make sure I've got the things in the circle. Like going round in a circle. I know what I'm saying. Girl, you know that. Right, so let me think. I just don't know how I feel about this. I think I'm just going to keep it as it is. And then I didn't know whether to put pendulum inside here, a pentagram inside here. I might do that, you know, that might be an idea. God, look at this. This was the first attempt. Didn't realise this was still here. Okay, we can get rid of these now. Now, where have I put Pendulum? Pendulum. It's not even a pendulum. Pendulum, where are you? Pendulum. 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 Ooh, I do have. Are you in here? Yes. Let's see if this will. This is a cover that I was going to be using for journals, a bullet journal, making a bullet journal. So let's see if I can get this up. See if this one will work. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but let's have a look. This might take a minute because I've got to remove all this internal. Nice. I just want to say and state all the artwork is my own artwork. And I loved it. It fit. It fit when it was only 1.6 mil. The 3 mil come and I had to change it to fit. So I had to move it all around. So that's where we're at, and I'll see what I can salvage, and I will take you along for that design process and show you that bit from what I can salvage. But then at least now you know how we got to that bit. The next day I switched over cameras, so I'm back to my old camera, the one that doesn't focus, and I have to do it. So good luck to us all there, and then see how we get on with that. And the next time you see me, we'll be finishing off the pendulum stand and the Ouija board. So good morning. Okay, I left off, so I can't even remember what it was, but I got overly excited about something else and I went off and I was with the kids and we were doing something. I kind of remember showing you. So we had achieved this. So I don't like the lettering. I don't like this. It needs rethinking. It needs rethinking and redoing. So I left off with that. But I'll come back to that. So that's today. I'm coming back to it today. However, my husband, I left it to him. He has, so this is it. Oh, this is the thin version on the thin wood. We've been able to look, attach it with the little, with these little points that stick in. Yay! So now this is still a bit unsteady. I think I mentioned it yesterday because it's 1.6 millimeters. So 1.6 millimeters, uber thin. Like you could snap it. So, well, considering that though, it's still it's still quite sturdy. Hang on. It is still quite sturdy. It's not. I'm just saying it for the sake of saying it. But some point today, I did order on Amazon. I'm going to need to find a supplier, but I did order on Amazon 3 mil basswood. It might be balsa wood. I don't know the difference. So I'm hopeful that'll come. I'm going to be able to do this again, but it be on thicker wood, and hopefully it'll be more secure. So today, I really want to knuckle and get this down. So today I've got to focus on this design. So this is the plate. So I want to focus on this. And then now we've got the main design down, I want to be able to bring over my design so I can put it on. I've really got to do that today. So, by the way, if anyone's noticed, one second. If anyone has noticed, there's a few differences. I've gone back to my old camera. I could not handle the other camera had the auto zoom, which is the function I really needed, because as many of you that have been here right from the start will know, the zoom situation. So I'll show you something and I'll forget to put you back in focus while I'm off doing something else, so it's a bit blurry. Sometimes it's cute, sometimes it's not. It's never intentional, always a bad thing for your channel. So there's that. So my husband was like, well, use my first camera. But it did that, you know, when it was doing the autofocus, that so it would go and it just drove me mad. And then my husband was like, well, maybe put the mic lower down, because the mic sits on top of the camera. But I did that and it seemed to make it louder, so I don't know. So there's that. So we've got the difference in that. And also I did a colour correction on my hair. The pink was not lifting out. It was driving me mad. It had gone from, like, it was meant to be a pink, but it had gone, it was pink, then went like to an orange, and then it was just clinging on for dear life and I couldn't get rid of it. So I did a colour correction on it on Saturday, and then on Sunday morning I got up really early hours in the morning, because I wake up at 5 anyway, but normally I will hover so that not to wake the house or the dogs or the cats or anything up. But on Sunday morning I got up, come down into the salon, the other side of here, and I just did my hair. So I feel so much better in myself. I feel more me, because it means all me white bits and all me greys can just blend in and I can feel a bit more me. So with that being said, let's get cracking, because the thing is, the reason why I'm rushing is I did the earrings, you'll see them there, and I want to crack this Ouija board out, which will be, the design's all done for the Ouija board. I've just got to wait for the thicker wood. So I just need to finish this, because when I do my Kack-A-Ling Sisters shop update, all of them are going to be going up on it. So I kind of need to knuckle down and get that done. I kind of need to go on my Miller notes again too. And I need to stop picking my nail polish off.
Just there at the wholesaler to get some hair supplies before the salon, and I picked myself up, and I've got so many gel polishes anyway, but whites I've run out of, and a white in gel polish is really, you need a good white, so I picked myself.
This is a whole pointless segment, so let's crack on with Let's Design. So bear with me while I try and figure this out. I think I like my internal bit here, but I just want to make it, I think, a bit bigger or a bit more spacier between it. I also now need to account for the gaps that are going to be like gap. It's not gap, but there's a slot, a slot, a slot, and a slot. So I need to be able to put my alphabets between them, like so that it can be beneficial. So I need to realign and refigure that out. So bear with me, we're going to crack on with that, get that done. This may be boring, but what I'm going to do is I won't talk, I'll speed it up. My husband really likes this bit here, but I'm not keen. Maybe I think I would be keen if it was lighter. It just feels it's really dark. Or if the whole thing was a bit darker. I think it's because I scored this bit and then engraved this bit. And if I had have engraved it all, it would have looked different. If I had have scored it all, it would have been different, but I didn't. Okay, I'm blabbering on. Let's crack on, get it done, because I would like to have this down before the 3mm wood arrives today. Okay guys, no slacking now. Come on, gotta concentrate. I got the main outer bit done. I just need to get my yes and no's in, which I think I want a bigger circle than this, but let's get that going and then fingers crossed. I don't know how much I managed to capture, but I've been able to redo it. I'm gonna just put this back in, but turn it upside down. I just wanna not waste any more of this. I just wanna see what it looks like before I try it with the, actually I suppose, yes, let me do the, this is bigger actually. So I'm gonna have to put this one in, try it with this and see where I go. Let's see how we do. So let's give this a go. Get down here. It's come off of it, but this is better, bigger. I like that. Okay. Woo. Let me come a bit forward. Ran to B&M, got myself a new cup. The other one was lovely. I loved it, but it was like in the shape of a flower, so you could only drink it from one flower petal. You had to be careful or else it was going everywhere. So, new cup. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy that. Okay, so the new board is done. I like the design, I like the inner bit, and I like the writing much better. It's off center. I don't know what I was thinking. I framed it. in the next tool you get like a laser beam that will go around what your project's meant to be, like what the computer you've put it as, and it will show you where it's going to cut. And I saw that it was out and I was like, but the picture's on it. I know better than this, but the picture's on it, so let's just do it. And I know better than this, and I still did it. I got excited. So it's a little bit off down here with the numbers. The numbers are a little bit off scale. So thankfully it's not the final one, because the final one's going to be on the 3mm. Let's get this back on and have a look. Because it's so thin through doing the laser in the middle of it, it's kind of warped it a bit, but that's okay. Okay, it's on. I really like this. I don't even know if you can see it, but I like it. We like it a lot. Right, I'm gonna try and develop this arch now. So we've got the main piece, that's what I'm gonna focus on. When it cuts, it's gonna cut. I just want this external and internal bit to feel a bit more like the Sakura flowers, like I discussed yesterday. So I'm gonna, with me cup of tea, do that. Hang on a minute. Ew, stay. Is that even in screen? I was gonna say, I've just got it to work and then it's not in screen. Right, let's have a catch up and a little chat. Oh, guess what happened? Let's have a little chat. So you know my favourite artist, my new favourite artist, Harriet's Imaginations. She now does jewellery. She now does special timeless pieces, like a necklace, but not proper necklace. It's got a pendulum on it, like a do you call it a pendulum? Pendant. So like really oldie worldy pendant, also like, oh, it's just a really good vibe. And then it has her art inside. Oh my god, I literally cannot wait. I'm a girl that doesn't wear jewelry. You would have seen I have a bare minimum wedding ring, I have a bare minimum necklace, and I have a bare minimum bracelet. Bare minimum earrings. I'm a girl that don't wear jewelry, as she lists off many of her jewelry. But I like really minimum jewelry. I like to not feel it on my skin, and if I have to take it on and off, I'm out. I'm not doing it. I'm just not. So all my jewelry is jewelry that I don't have to take off. However, the moment I can, I will be buying a piece of her jewelry with her art in it. I cannot wait. So yeah, definitely. I'll link it again down below. Go have a look. So how are we feeling now the sun has started to come out a bit more? The sun has started to come out a bit more. We're feeling a bit more vibrant, a bit more with it. With that comes a lot more work in the salon. People are wanting lighter hair, so a lot more hours are being put into the salon. And also, I just would like to show you, this is what I'm planning, hopefully in my next video. Look, it's tops, it's the tops. But I've opened it to have a little look. This cost me £1 at the local charity shop. I've opened it, it makes no sense, but if I'm anything, I'm adaptable. Actually, I don't know if I can say that. I think I am. We're gonna go with it. If you know different. So I'm gonna look it up and have a little play around this weekend, and then I also want to produce this one, possibly not in Demon though. I don't want that. I want it in a different material. You know what it is, I don't want to waste my cup of tea, and I know the moment I sit down and do that, I will waste it. It will go cold. I'm so excited to try this in the 3mm because I just feel it's going to really hold it together well. This little collection, so this shop update that I'm going to be doing for Kack-A-Ling Sisters, is going to have the Ouija board, the pendulum board, the earrings. I don't know what it is. I feel really excited about it. I kind of wished I had left the voodoo tarot wooden cards, like the wooden tarot cards, to this collection too. Oh yes, and I have an order to pack as well for a little broomstick. Let's get the other bit of this designed, so the arch, let's get that designed, and then let's pop that to one side because I can't test it until the new wood comes, because I genuinely don't want to waste wood just for we know that this works. So this design on the outside of it's going to work too. So once I've done that, then we'll get this order packed. So I need to come into design space, design a new project. Okay, I don't know genuinely how much you saw of that. Hopefully quite a bit, but God, that was a nightmare. And I think I made it more complicated. So the structure of it is a vector, and to change that you need scissors and all the rest of the stuff. It was more complicated. But anyway, we turned that into a vector because I need that shape to always be the same. And then the Sakura things that I wanted, I added on, but it was going to cut off because of the vector. So I wanted to etch it, but I also want this as an outline. It just got really complicated. So I'm going to use a bit of the wood to attempt to see how this will cut out and if it will do what I want, because this is how things sink into my head. So I'm going to see if I can do that and see if I can get what I wanted out of that. And then if it works, then we are all go waiting for the 3mm to come through the door, 3mm to come through the door. And once that's come through, we should have a full, once I've done it again, we should have a full working, functioning pendulum stand. Fingers crossed. But I'm going to get this done, and then while this is doing, I think I'm going to pack the order. So the order is for, okay, what is this? A mini broomstick.
In between the raindrops, we found our way. In between the heartbeats, words we couldn't say. In between the memories, time just slips away. In between the raindrops, forever we will stay.
That's a bit better. So it is now 4:15 and Amazon have delivered. So let's open up one, let's have a little look, because what I'm going to do is get this started. I'm going to run off and cook dinner as well. Just going to be honest. So it's the exact same size as, oh no it's not. So this is the thin one, this is the 3mm, this is solid, and then nice. Okay, right, eek. Let's get this started. I'm gonna pop it on the there. Let's get this going.
In your eyes, I find my peace, a love so sweet. It won't decrease in every smile. I see my home with you, I never feel alone. Hand in hand, we'll chase the stars. A love, a melody played on guitars.
Okay guys, we are a new day. Sorry I didn't come back. I haven't even put it together myself yet, but we are a new day and I had to rush off. I was in the middle of cooking dinner and then all of a sudden, I'm sure you'll all have had this before, all of a sudden it was ready, the table needed setting, the kids were down, everything was happening all at once. And then because we live at the beach, we like to go for a walk after dinner, so then we went for a walk after dinner and I just forgot. So well, I knew it was there, I was itching to come, but I wanted to do it with you guys. So bit is done, the foot is done, let's get it in, together it is in, and the plaque is done. It is made and one piece. How cool is that? And freestanding. After this was filmed, the foot got redone so it actually fit snug and tight so it could stand correctly without it wobbling. So you would get it, pendulum in. Oh wow. It's a little bit beautiful. Look at that. Okay, so I will take some photos of that and pop that in. It's even showing the pendulum in a really good light. There's little tiny real blue flowers in there with black lace and black pearls because I made it, and you can really see it. I'll try and capture that as well and put that in and see.
Dandelions in my hair, summer sunshine everywhere. We were lost but didn't care, living dreams without a prayer. Running off through fields of gold, stories shared and secrets told. Wishing dreams would never fall, hearts so free and spirits bold. Dandelion dreams take flight.
Now all that's left to do is get the Ouija board going on the new design on the new wood. Let's get that going.
Hold my hand and hold it tight. Youthful hearts and pure delight.
We've just finished the Ouija board. What do we think? And it's solid. I think it's really cute. Really cute. So I will probably file these edges round. I don't know, I might offer it as an option. File the edges round, but we did it and it can go on a stand. Let me grab a stand. On a stand, which is what I was hoping for. I wanted it so that it could be its own piece of art. So we've been able to complete the pendulum stand, complete the Ouija board. I just need the pick for it. That'll take seconds. I couldn't leave it, so I just went and did it. And then I'm currently just trying to think of a stand for the earrings I did in the last vlog. So I figured, oh look, I'll try and figure something out for the background of it. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it, but the tarot card lovers. Yeah. I waited for such a long time for this M1 laser engraver, so all the things I wanted to do with it is starting to come out now. It's starting to come into fruition. Is that the right word or the right term? So I will take photos of each and every one of these and leave them so you can let me know what you think. It's so cool because also I have the tarot cards as well, the main tarot cards. So it's like a whole collection, wooden collection. My dreams have just for over years now of producing the laser engraved tarot cards, the laser engraved pendulum stand, the Ouija board, the earrings, and it's all starting to come together. So I will leave photos. I'll leave maybe like a little video so you can see, and then let me know what you think. So I think I'll leave the vlog here. It's been a very Kack-A-Ling Sisters heavy one. Join in next week for hopefully the corsets. I've got the boning for the boning. So I have the boning at the ready for the corset. So join in next week if you're interested in that. If not, I'll see you again when we're doing more Kack-A-Ling witchy stuff. More Kack-A-Ling Sisters, the witchy side. Take a moment, drop the comments below, let me know what you think. of the pendulum stand, the Ouija board. I was going to say the earring stand, but I've just thrown that in now because while the Ouija board was finishing off, I was trying to figure out that because I need it for photo shoots to put it on the shop update. Anyway, let me know what you think. But for now, all there's left to do is bid you farewell. Take care of yourself, take care of others. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you again real soon.
Woke up late again, same routine, no end, city noise, loud buzz, coffee spills, red buzz.